Sus voicings, how you doing, musicians? Today we're going to study sus voicings, the power of sus voicings, how to form them, and why you should be using them, and how to use them to modernize your sound. How you doing today? I'm Sean Wilson Piano. This is our training community where we learn tips about how to play, how to develop our vocabulary, how to build our ear. So glad you're with me today. Thank you for joining in. And so today, let's get started right away. Sus voicings. Let's listen to a couple. I want to show you guys the power of these. And check this out. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, see, just those sounds, just the sound right there. And a lot of people would be asking, wow, what did he just do? That's an example of a sus voicing. And a sus voicing is something that you need to be using, but we want to show you how to form it. We want to show you everything on how to use it. So let's start. Let's play a C scale starting from C. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And of course, the C is the 8th note. How do you form a sus voicing? Well, it's very important to understand that the major chord is a 1, 3, 5, C, E, and a G, right? So we know this to be our major chord. Now, a sus voicing, one of the first sus voicing we need to know is a sus2 voicing, and that's just going to be the first, the second, and the 5th note. See how that sounds? It's not as grounded as the first one. The other type of sus voicing is a C sus4, or a sus4 voicing, which is a 1, 4, and a 5. And the last type of voicing I'm going to teach you today is called it's also a type of a sus voicing. And what it is, it's a combination of this major chord and the sus2 chord. When we put those together, it's 1, 2, 3, and 5. But what we do is we take the middle one, which is the E, and we're going to play that voicing in our left hand. So what happens is it's still a sus2 voicing. It's still like a sus2 voicing in the right hand, but you're going to play an E at the bottom, which kind of grounds the chord, changes it to a major chord. But for my ear, it's actually a sus voicing. So we want to know the sus2, the sus4, the sus4, and then this one, which is also a sus2 add 3. Okay, instead of someone may call it a major add 2, I like calling it a sus voicing and add 3 because I'm using it in the sus context. Now, what I want to tell you is that the purpose of a sus chord is to leave things open, right? There's two ways we can use sus voicings. For instance, I'll just do the same song again. See, if we use it like this, see this sus4 here? We expect it to resolve to this. Okay, so that's one way to use a suspended chord, is to resolve it. The second way to use it, right? And then we don't resolve it. Right? So in that way, we never resolve the chord. So one way to use a sus is to resolve it. The other way to use it is to use it, but to keep on going. So I'm going to do another video that talks about how we can use sus voicings to and how they resolve and what they resolve to. That's going to be a really cool video. But in this one, we're going to talk about how to use sus voicings unresolved. And it gives you a really nice sound. And so let's look at the video that he does. By the way, before I get into this, one thing you want to do is you want to memorize. Remember I told you the sus2 add 3? The top note is a G, right? So the best way to learn how to use these and get these in your own playing is to memorize them in each key. Here's a C, D flat, D, E flat. If you're at the piano, right, you need to memorize these. And then always remember, because you'll need that top note. Because the top note, as long as you know what the top note is of what somebody's singing in the melody, you can harmonize it with this, and that's what's really going to help you to really kind of get these in your playing very quickly. Let's go.
Happy birthday to you.
Stop right there. So the 2U would be a 6 chord, okay, to a 5 chord, because we're in the key of B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 6 chord would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a G minor. Okay, and the 5 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is an F. So in order to get these playings, get these chords into your vocabulary, you got to know what the original chord was, right? So if I went like this, right? That would be right because it's a 6 chord, which is a G minor chord, and a 5 chord, which is an F chord. But what he does is, right? So he's changing it to this. It's no longer a 6 chord. He changed it to a 4 chord. He changed it to a 4 chord. And remember, I told you to memorize these because it's an E flat. There's your sus2 there, and drop the bottom. And that's why I said memorize that top note, because I could have went up there this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I would have went there. So because it's happy birthday to, because that B flat was on the melody, I knew to use that chord. The other way I could have gotten it, though, is to use this chart. And I say to myself, well, what? And if you look at the first 2 columns here, this chart's on the membership site for the members. So if you're in it, you can log in and see the training we have on this chart. You can also download it as a reference. But look at the top note. Where's the top note of B flat in these first 2 columns? Okay. See, here's one E flat, A flat, B flat, and here's another E flat, F, B flat. But I can't use the E flat, A flat, B flat, because I'm in the key of B flat. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B flat. See that A? It has no A flat. So I can't use this sus4 because it's using notes that are not within the B flat scale. I can use the sus2 because all of these notes are in the B flat scale. So this is the chord I would use. Then you would just simply add the 3, 1, 2, 3, and drop it an octave. Okay, now let's look at the next section that he does. So check this out.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
So, and that one's crazy too. So what did he do there? Because normally, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to. So that's a 5, 1. That's the normal, what you normally would do. Right? But what he's doing is, these are the kind of modernized sounds that people are wanting. They're wanting, how are we knowing, and that's what I'm trying to show you, how to make these decisions on what to do. Because we changed it from a 5, a regular 05. See, when you use a sus chord, when you want an open sound, the reason we call it suspended is to leave the sound ambiguous. It's to leave the person wondering about the quality. See, I know that this is major. I know that this is minor. But when it's sus, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. And so it leaves that kind of ambiguity in the air. And a lot of gospel musicians are using that kind of a sound. So that's why you want to really kind of get that under your belt. So happy birthday to you, happy birthday, instead of this really grounded sound, and this is really grounded here. But if I go like this, see, this is my E sus2, and all I'm doing is adding notes. Remember I told you to add the 3, which is a G, and I added that down there, and just add the other notes within this. I can even add an F by doubling up on my thumb. See? So that's how you form them, and this is a really powerful video, even though I'm not trying to make it long because it's getting late over here, and I'm trying to. All right. Let's go to example 2. Rodney East. He does. You don't. My life is in your hands. You guys are asking me, well, how I want to be able to modernize my sound. I'm so tired of playing all the same type of voicings. Have you tried sus voicings? Have you tried them? You don't have to worry. Oh my goodness. See what I'm saying? You know what? I'm not even going to show. I'm going to show that one for the members who are logged in. Y'all go ahead and check that out because I can't do a long on YouTube, but I try to make sure we're thorough. Make sure you guys understand what you're doing, because if you understand what you're doing, you can actually implement the stuff and put it in your own playing. Let's go to Paris Bowen's. This will be my last one. I'm not going to break Rodney East down. He uses a lot of sus voicings as well, and the types that we just taught you. So this is Hallelujah, Hallelujah, you have won the victory. Alright, so we already know the song. Right there, see that? So that's the song right there. It looks like he's changing the key. He was killing it. This song is no longer on YouTube. I had it on YouTube at one point. It's only on my website right now, so if you're on it, you can get it and get the sheet music for it and get the MIDI file for it. But I don't want to go to. So let's start from da 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 me down def get not. That's right. So let's go right. So instead of playing it traditional. Something like that, right? Right, what we can do is make these sus voicings. So, see that? So what do we do again? Remember I told you to memorize them? So this is the way I'm teaching you guys. It helps you even if you're not on the site. Yes, if you're on the site, you have a chart that you can use as a reference. But if you're not on the site, I already told you to memorize each one. And if you go up a half step from the first one that I taught you, which is the first voicing I said, you know, you go up here. Def cannot hold. On the word hold is an A flat on top. And I told you to memorize the top note. So hold you down, right? This is a 7th chord. Now, in this video, I can't really get into the difference. There's a very small difference between a sus2, right, and a 7th chord, which sounds, they're so similar. And at some point I want to get into why you should use which one. But right now I'm using them interchangeably. Just kind of giving you guys ideas. Here's a 7th chord, here's a sus2 chord, right? Let's go in the key that most of you are familiar with, G. So there's a sus voicing. Here's my sus2, right? So let's start from the hallelujah. Where can I put sus voicings there? I'm gonna harmonize that top voicing, see where we can put it. And you guys can do this with so many songs, and you can just kind of play around with it and see where you want to put these sus voicings. And they sound so great and they sound modern, right? Here's my sus. And what I'm doing is I'm hiding the fact that they're sus voicings by adding other notes. See that? I'm really adding a C chord here. I dropped this C at the bottom. Sounds really nice, but it's still, I'm still singing as a sus voicing here. Right? So you see what I did there? So there's my sus voicing there. I have that note on the top. Right, so because some of them may be asking, well, how did you know? How did you know? Okay, I saw that one. But how did you know to do? Because in the key of G, you use that. So that's a different kind of a move. So what happened there in the thought process that I was using here was this is all in the key of G. All these notes are in the key of G. All these notes are in the key of G, but when I got here, the sus voicing kind of leaves it open. But what happens is if I add a G sharp here, it changes to an actual E major chord. So it's actually a reharmonization here at this point of the song because this note is not in the key of G. Okay, but at this point in the song, I'm playing an E major chord. Add 2, so now I'm not singing it like a sus. I'm singing it as a major chord, with the 2nd note added and the G sharp at the bottom. Okay. Right? So and I even think I went C sharp minor to a B major there. Right? And I'm using these notes as the top upper extensions of a C sharp minor chord. So that's what I was right. Right? See? Just the chord there. These aren't susses. See? On the re. All I gotta know is what the top note is. You guys can do these really quickly. Okay? So just kind of go and play around with these, and y'all got to check out that chat. Thank you guys for coming in chat. Those of you who are at the live premiere, check out the chat. There's a chat scrolling right now. We got people making comments on this. Thank you guys for joining on the premiere. Okay, so let's say I was playing the song "Draw Me Nearer," B flat, and again, just kind of try to find ways to put that. Draw me nearer, nearer, da, 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 Right, so, because normally we would go on the 1, where would we go next? So the 4. See, these are just straight 1, 4, 5, right? But if you're using sus voicings, you can use it right away, right? See, there it is right there. There's another sus voicing there with that D on the bottom. See? Right? I'm trying to figure out where I want to put it. I don't want to hear it. I'm trying to figure out where. See, here's one here. That's my melody at the E flat. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord. So I'm still at the E flat. So I had to drop 2 there. I don't know what I was doing before. I was trying to harmonize stuff, trying to get it up there. Right? So it's just kind of me just kind of fooling around with it. Draw me nearer, and then nearer, there's a Lord, right there it is. Right? Yeah, so this song you can do a lot of stuff here. But anyway, this is just kind of sus voicings, me playing around with it. Memorize them in every key. And what we'll do is in later videos we'll talk about how you can resolve them. But these are just some really quick ways to use it, guys. We're just kind of throwing stuff out there right now and just kind of showing you that you can just play around with it, and go ahead and log on. We have that resource on the site. You need to go to the beginner, master the basics. Okay, we have a roadmap so that people can go from beginner to intermediate. So you just need to follow the chart on down, check off the sections and then when it talks about sus2 voicings, press it and watch the video, and that will teach you, and you can also get the resource from that. All right, so thanks everybody for watching sus2 voicings, sus4 voicings, sus voicings, why you need to be using them unresolved in your playing, help you modernize your sound. Thanks guys for watching. Those of you in the chat, thanks for coming. We'll see you guys later.